Welcome back to ICD Gaming's deBETA podcast, episode 8. My name's Noah Graham and I'll be the host for today, and like always we'll be discussing hypothetical and random topics. Joining me we have Kenny. How's it going, Kenny?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
That's great to hear. And we've also got an Alpha Cast specialist, Jake. How's it going, Jake?
It's going good. I'm happy to be here. Happy to join you guys.
Finally, it's taken 2 months, but you're finally on board.
Yeah.
So as usual, we'll go into what games we've been playing, and we'll start off with you, Jake.
Well, of course, I've been chipping away at The Last of Us Remastered. I'm still trying to get that platinum. I don't know if that'll happen, though, with Destiny so close. And then I just downloaded Velocity 2X, and I've put a little bit of time in that. And so far, it's good fun. I mean, it's nothing that I'll probably stick to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been enjoying it.
Yeah, I was just gonna comment about Velocity, because it's I've seen one sort of video of the gameplay, but apart from that I haven't seen much of it, but it's getting quite high scores around the internet. Do you think that's justifiable? Is it a game that deserves 8, 9s and 10s, or do you think maybe
if you're like a high score chaser and you love just doing those kind of speed runs through games, then yes. I mean, I think this is right up your alley, but for me, I'm more about story. I kind of like to take my time, and sometimes it's hard to keep up with this game. That being said, though, I mean, I am still having a lot of fun. Like, if I was reviewing it, I'd probably give it like an 8, 7.5. I mean, it's definitely good. I'd give it a try, and it's free, so you don't really have much to lose.
Yeah, true. For a free game, it looks like it has quite a lot of content for it. What have you been playing this week, Kenny?
Well, recently I've been playing The Last of Us Remastered, like Jake has, and I've been trying to get all the trophies in that too. I just got done doing the multiplayer Hunter story side of the multiplayer, so I got all that done for the multiplayer side anyway. And also I've been playing Dark Souls on 360. I just want to beat it. You know, it's a really hard game, and I just want to prove to myself that I can actually beat it. And I hope I'm almost done. I'm not exactly sure where I'm at in the game, but also I've been playing on my Wii U a lot lately with New Super Mario Bros. U, and I really enjoy that game a lot. It's a lot of fun. 2D Mario, you can't go wrong with that. And the last game I've been playing is Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga on the Game Boy Advance. And I absolutely love that game, you know, even though that game is like 11 years old, I think, at this point. But it's still one of my favorite games, and probably my favorite handheld game of all time.
Yeah, I think...
I was going to say, that's a pretty deep cut.
Yeah. Absolutely love that game.
Yeah, well, it's quite funny with Nintendo games, because I think they're the ones that have really sort of withstood time, as it were. Like, they're the games that you can just go back to, play, and just still enjoy the first time you played them. I think they're really good games, especially Legend of Zelda. I think they're probably some of the best series that's come out of gaming. Well, I've been playing, unlike you, I've just been playing The Last of Us. I haven't got my hands on the remastered version just yet. I recently beat Grounded mode, so I can join that club with you, Jake.
Yeah, I was about to say, welcome to the Grounded Mode Club.
Yeah, God, it was hard, wasn't it?
It was that freaking hospital part, like sneaking, like, oh my gosh, I finally made it through that first section, died, and I was like, it's okay, I hit a checkpoint. Nope, screw you, you start at the beginning.
Oh, I know, it's heartbreaking when you got to that point. You're just like, because it took me about 7 or 8 tries just to get through that first part, and then you finally get through and you're just like, finally a breather. And then, nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I went in and I thought, okay, I'll just see if I can just sprint through this bit as quickly as I can, get shot in the face, and then I had to start all over again. I just couldn't believe it.
I have to say, the fact that you did it in 7 tries is pretty impressive, because it must have took me 40 or 50.
Wow. I don't have the patience to do that. The other game that I've been playing is, I'll probably be playing it 10 weeks from now, 20 weeks from now, is Don Bradman Cricket. Still in love with that game. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about it, because I've just, for more on Don Bradman Cricket, just listen to the other podcasts, because I've said enough about it. And I think we'll move on to our first topic, and you can start this one off, Jake, because I think you have the most insight on it, and it's the Gamergate scandal. So Elaborate.
Before I start this off, you should consider doing Don Bradman's cricket giveaway, because no one in America has any idea what this is. But anyway, moving on the topic. Sorry about that.
That's fine.
So the Gamergate scandal, it's gotten a lot of attention, especially on Twitter. I'm sure a lot of you have seen like the hashtag Gamergate thing, and basically it started out with I guess it got leaked that an indie developer was sleeping with a journalist at Kotaku in order to get kind of like privileged appearance on the site, like good reviews, good previews, things of that nature. When this surfaced, basically the gaming community flipped out. I mean, the whole 9 yards, like death threats. I mean, more than the usual. I know the gaming community is already kind of, cutthroat at times, but it just vamped up with this. And the developers have kind of attacked back by saying this needs to stop. Like, this shouldn't be part of the gaming community. Like, this needs to stop. I mean, it is just games after all. So I was kind of curious what you guys think on this, because I mean, it is getting a lot of attention, and I guess some journalists even quit their jobs because of this.
It's a very bad topic to have, because I mean I can see it from both sort of viewpoints. I mean, certainly from a gaming viewpoint, I don't think they should sort of jeopardize their website by promoting one indie developer over another just because they have a personal relationship to them. But on the other hand, death threats. I mean, Jesus, it's one game. It's not the end of the world. It reminds me of that story when a Call of Duty developer upped the reload ratio of a sniper rifle, so it took 0.1 second longer to reload, and he got sent death threats. I thought, is this the people that you want other people to see? Is this what you want other people to see of you, that you're willing to threaten somebody, to rape their corpse and all that horrible stuff just over a minuscule thing that could be fixed in a patch if you're really that hurt about it? But like I said, on the other hand, that's really unprofessional from those game journalists. But I mean, those people that go on that website, I'm sure they go on several other websites, so it's not like it would have affected their sort of consumer intake of content. So it's a bit of it's a weird topic, isn't it?
Yeah, because there's no one really right or wrong in this. I mean, it kind of seems like both sides have been in the wrong, but now both sides are kind of bringing it up. And I mean, honestly, I think honestly, it's bad journalism to be sleeping with someone you are going to write about. But at the same time, there is a serious problem with gamers, and gamers are kind of, I mean, they kind of have that connotation of being nasty, sort of mean online. And I mean, it does need to be addressed, and it's just getting even worse, and it's definitely not helping the gamer's image. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, there's plenty of gamers who are like me, you, and Kenny, and several others that aren't these horrible people, but you just get a few bad people, and it just ruins the name of it. And we're constantly tarred with being sex obsessed and violent people, and misogynistic, and all these horrible words that we don't deserve, because a lot of us are just average people just wanting to play a game for a bit of fun and go online and play with our friends, and it's just a horrible thing to happen. What's your take on it, Kenny?
Well, it really sucks that this sort of situation happened. I mean, it puts it makes game journalists look really bad, and there are people out there that think that game journalists are very biased, and they don't really believe in what they write, whether it's a preview or review or whatever they write about, and this doesn't help at all, because a reviewer sleeping with a developer is just, it's just plain wrong. But at the same time, the gaming community really does overreact over things like this. I mean, it's fine to be mad about this sort of thing and speak your mind, but you gotta do it in a way that is very professional. You don't want to go out there and saying, death threats and rape and stuff like that, because that is just that's just overboard, and just why get that mad about something like this? It's okay to be mad, but come on, really, death threats? I mean, we should be better than that at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like what I was talking about too, because at least with the Alpha Cast, I was saying, like, I mean, yes, they're giving opinion. I mean, whether it is biased or not, it is still an opinion. But in the end, they're just opinions of games. Like, it's not. I mean, this isn't the end of the world. It's just a game. People play this for fun. Like, it's definitely not something to be sending out death threats, things like that, things of that nature. I think it's absolutely insane.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Like, you see constantly, certainly on IGN comment sections, when a game's reviewed and it's given a certain score, and people will just like get so upset about it. It's just like, well, it's their opinion. They're allowed to have
exactly.
It is their opinion. I mean, they shouldn't have to have a disclaimer at the start saying, this is all from my point of view. Any comments are my opinions. It's just like, well, obviously it is, because he's writing about it and he's been given the task of reviewing it. And,
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to end up... I mean, we won't, but it would be sad if we ended up with reviewers who just explained a game, who didn't give their personal insight on it. I mean, it's... I just don't understand where it comes from. I mean, I know that we obviously have a very rational mind, but it's sickening to see all these people just get so upset over like 1 point on a review scale, which doesn't actually affect you if you've gone out and bought the game anyway.
And it's something so little like that, It's gaming. I mean, I love gaming, but there are just things that are just way more important than gaming. I mean, I absolutely enjoy gaming, but why get mad over something like this and then do all this other stuff? It's like, why not focus that attention on something that actually matters?
Yeah, like poverty, like rape, like, I mean, like, seriously, like, gaming is a lot of fun, but there are some huge issues in this world and I feel like just something like this, the fact that it's gotten more attention is kind of mind-blowing. Like, what does that say about the human race? Not to get all philosophical and stuff, but...
Yeah. Well, just going back to that the actual Gamergate scandal, like, if gamers had reacted in a rational way, like, then all the pressure would just been on Kotaku, and they would have to reform their sort of how they review games and interaction between indie developers and things. But now that they've started abusing them, they're going to focus more on that and not on actually sorting out the fact that you've got a bias reviewer in a major gaming company. That's the sad thing.
Yeah, another thing I forgot to add to this too is that right when we finished recording for the Alpha Cast, Julius, one of our other writers, found out that the FBI is now investigating in some of these death threats because it's gotten to that point. So I mean, this is kind of a real issue now. I mean, this isn't just dumb internet threats. This is insane.
No, I think that's a good thing. I think they should be treated as a criminal charge, because you are literally threatening somebody's life. I mean, you wouldn't do that in the streets. You'd get police called on you. So why you think just because it's virtual it's any different? I think good. Those people need to learn those lessons, and hopefully we'll create a better gaming community. But it's just sad that it's had to come to this, where we've actually had to have people policing, like punishing the people that are being abusive. It's a shame that those people just didn't come to the conclusion by themselves that this is an acceptable behavior.
Yeah, and like what you were saying, if they just treated it, like if the gamers just treated it, as just very respectfully, then, I mean, all the blame would be on Kotaku and whoever else was part of this, and they would have had to rethink it. But instead, the backlash was so insane that this whole sort of conflict is going on, this pointless conflict.
Yeah. Well, I think this has gotten us upset enough, so we'll move on to topic 2, which is has PT, that's the playable trailer, revolutionised the way trailers will be announced? And we'll start off with you, Kenny.
Well, I played PT, and I thought it was really just great, and I had no idea what PT was about and what it was teasing, but when I finally finished it after like an hour and a half of trying to figure out what to do, it was a teaser for Silent Hills, and I think this is a really awesome way to really tease a new game, and I hope that developers actually do this more, because not only was it free, but it was a great scary game, and I think yeah, it was great. I think it really did revolutionize it.
Yeah, it reminds me of the days when you'd have like demos and things, and you'd get just a PlayStation disc of just all demos, and you'd play that and just decide if you wanted to play a game. But I think this is even better because it's not that PT isn't actually part of the Silent Hills game. It's just something that they've come up with, just sort of show that we can do scary games. And I think that's I'm like you. I really do hope that other games do this, because especially AAA games anyway, AAA studios I should say, because with the amount of games that are now being released, they're going to have to separate themselves from other. They're going to have to separate their game from another game, and I think this is just a brilliant way to do it. Yeah.
I'm basically just going to echo what you guys have been saying, but I think this is absolutely brilliant. Like, I never really played any of their Silent Hill games, and I probably wouldn't play the new one, but when I played PT, I was blown away. I mean, not just the graphics and everything, but just kind of how the internet kind of band together in order to kind of figure out the clues that were going on in this game, and then how it slowly revealed, like, oh, Norman Reedus is going to be in it, and it's going to be directed by Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro. Like, I mean, just, I'm so on board for this. I thought this is one of the coolest surprises that we've had in such a long time. I'm so excited for Silent Hills now.
Yeah, well, the past year we've just seen, past years I should say, we've just seen people going up onto Gamescom stages and E3 just saying, "This is our game. Here is some shots from our game. Hope you enjoy our game." This is just like this. There's this thing called PT. You can check it out. People went and checked it out and found that it was awesome. I mean, I'm not going to play it because I hate horror games, but I just like that it's there. I hope we see it in other genres and other studios taking the step, because it's just a really innovative way for games to be announced.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think this is probably one of the smartest moves. I don't know who's developing it is, but I mean it's genius. I think. I mean, I am so pumped for this game now.
Yeah, because they could only gain from it as well. If people just ignored it, they'd just say, "Oh well, we gave it a shot." But now it's been successful. It'll bring in so many sales that they wouldn't have had, because I've certainly seen the internet hype, and there's a lot of it.
Yeah, like I have friends who aren't gamers, and I'm like, all right, you guys have to check this out, and I like put the control in their hands, and like, I mean, they are scared, and they're super into it. Like, I mean, one of my friends keeps calling me like, "Hey, when can I try that out again? I want to finish it." And I think this is brilliant.
Yeah.
There was one thing missing from that demo, though. Where was my crossbow?
Yeah. Right? I was waiting for that.
That's great. I think we've done that topic, so we'll move on to topic 3, which is, what is the best glitch you have ever experienced? And I'll let you start off with this, Jake.
The first one that comes to mind is probably Red Dead Redemption. There were some pretty funky glitches in that, but probably one of my favorites was I walked out of the saloon, I was trying to be all hardcore John Marston, I'm drinking beer, like shooting people, step outside, and all of a sudden just all the horses, all the carriages start flying in the air, just everything's flying in the air, and I'm just there like, what the hell is going on? I managed to like get out my phone and record it, and like I mean, to this day I've never seen a glitch that wacky.
Wow. You remind me of one that I've had in Red Dead, where I got a horse and a carriage, and I just stopped it on a train track just to see what would happen, and the train went into the cart, and it ended up like firing it like a slingshot. It just catapulted like just out into the drawing distance, and it was just kind of just like, I was expecting something, but not that.
There's some wacky glitches in that game.
Yeah, I think the best for glitches would have to be the Elder Scrolls series, though. There's the amount of glitches in that. I remember there's one in Oblivion where you go into one of the forts, and you could literally go into one of the walls, and it and you went into the wall, and there was just a small bit that you could stand on, and then you dropped down, and you'd appear somewhere else in that fort, and it would happen every time. And as it turned out, it was a pretty cool way of sneaking around and killing people. Like, it really benefited you.
I remember there was that one glitch in Skyrim where you just put a bucket over the NPC's head and just clear out their entire shop, steal everything, and leave, and no one would notice.
Oh, that's brilliant. I haven't heard
Really?
of that one.
I gotta try
That's
that.
fantastic.
Yeah. They may have patched it, but I just remember like finding that on the internet, and I was like, I gotta try this. And like, you just go up to the NPC, drop a bucket on his head, and he's like, no idea what's going on, and you just steal literally everything and leave.
I just love the thought process, whoever discovered that glitch.
I know, right?
Well, that's not when I play a game like Skyrim. That's not something that comes into my mind.
Yeah, but you have to think. Some people play Skyrim for thousands of hours.
Yeah. Oh, what about you, Kenny? What's the best glitch you've experienced?
Oh man. So I was playing Halo 3 co-op with my friends on Legendary, and we were playing the first level of the campaign. Just for fun, because I really enjoyed the campaign in that game. There's this really rude glitch where it was near the end of the game, and you know how this brute chieftain sort of has these Marines and Sergeant Johnson in this like prison, like whatever you want to call it. For whatever reason, in the cutscene, when he kicks him in, or whatever he does, he kicks him into the prison, whatever you want to call it. For whatever reason, Johnson wasn't there. So we didn't know what was going on, but we turned around, and Johnson was right behind us. But it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there, no. We killed all the Covenant, and this chieftain, he would not die. This chieftain was invincible. Like, we tried everything. We, used needlers, dual-wielded, whatever. You name it, we tried to do it. He would not die. So I had this idea of, why don't we just try to get him to fall into the water? Because if you fall in the water, you die. So I managed to do that. The level still didn't end. The level was supposed to have this Phantom drop off more Covenant and whatever, you're supposed to kill him. The Pelican shows up, mission ends. None of that happened. We waited 5 minutes. We didn't know what else to do. So I jump in the water to see if he was still alive. He was still alive. And I don't know. And so I don't know what exactly caused it. So I went into theater mode. We gave up and went back in theater mode. Somehow Johnson, how he's supposed to run over that bridge area, right before that cutscene that I mentioned earlier. Well, I guess so many Covenant was shooting at him, they knocked him off that bridge, and he just glitched like in a corner somewhere where none of us saw him. We just all ran past him, and when that cutscene appeared, he managed to get out of that glitched area. And I don't know what happened. I still don't know what happened, but that was the best glitch I've ever came across. It was insane. Couldn't complete the level.
Video games. The stuff that happens in them.
I know. I just want to give a shout out to Halo 2 because first of all, the super jumps. I don't know if you guys experienced those, but the super jumps are some of the coolest glitches ever.
Yeah, I hate those.
And then secondly, at that final boss fight where you kind of like shoot the wings off the Banshee, fly it in, and just bomb the shit out of that final boss is absolutely hilarious. Like, it's just no contest. It's pretty funny.
I just remember one from going back to Skyrim where I had like all the gear on for the Assassin's Guild, so you get it so you can do like times 30 damage if you're sneaking. I snuck up to a giant, hit him, and I obviously did so much damage that the giant just flew up straight into the air, about 40 foot. It was amazing.
Grand Theft Auto had some pretty awesome glitches too. Like GTA 4 had this swing glitch where if you, I'm sure you guys know this, where you just get the car.
I knew it was going to there.
Yeah. Oh my god, I did that for hours when Grand Theft Auto 4 came out, and I heard about that.
Okay, well, I think that'll do us for episode 8 of deBETA. Thank you for joining us. Remember to check out all of our content on icetjgaming.com. I love it that we're .com now, not .weebly. It sounds so much better. Yeah, we did it. So make sure you check that out for news, reviews, and our brother podcast, which Jake stars on, the Alpha Cast. Also, we've recently partnered up with 8-Bit Chimp, so make sure you check out their website as well. If you have any topics that you'd like us to debate, go onto our forums and leave a message there. Send us an email at debatacast@gmail.com, or you can send one of us a tweet. You can send a tweet to me at noahgraham17. That's NOAHGRAHAM17. You can find Jake at
Jacob Deck, DEKK.
and you can find Kenny
at Call Me Kenny. The C and the K are capitalized, and there's an X between call and me, and another X between me and Kenny.
Have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.